So now we are in front of the Great Pyramid, one of the ancient seven wonders all over the world, even the only one left from all of the ancient seven wonders all over the world. We're supposed to have two. Yeah, no problem. Even the only one left from all of the ancient seven wonders all over the world. Yeah, thank you. Because we're supposed to have two. We have the lighthouse at Alexandria and we have the Great Pyramid in front of us. But the lighthouse at Alexandria completely destroyed after a big earthquake happened to Egypt in the 15th century. And now the only one left, it's the Great Pyramid in front of us right now. We are above a plateau called Giza Plateau. So we can notice how high we are right now. We are higher than anywhere else. So above this plateau, we have three pharaohs built their pyramids above this plateau. Their names, this one in front of us is the Great Pyramid and it belongs to a pharaoh, his name is Khufu. Then the second one, we will visit it later, it's the Pyramid of King Khafre, his grandson from the same family, family number 4. Then the third one will be King Vikernes from family number 3. This pyramid, about that pyramid in front of us, this pyramid in front of us is 146 meters high, nowadays 136 meters high, as we lost 9 layers from the top. So it was 210 layers, nowadays 201 layer. Maybe those 9 layers were made out from gold and the robbers steal it as one huge piece of gold. We are not sure 100% because all of our old pictures for that building since 1800 it was already without the cap. Before telling you the rest of the dimensions of that pyramid, be sure that we are in front of a tomb for one person. This is not a palace. This is not a house. This is not a tomb for a family. This is a tomb for one person. His name is Khufu. And this tomb consists of 2,300,000 of blocks. Each one weighing, each single block in front of us weighing between 2.5 to 15 tons. So try to imagine how many tons of limestone to build a tomb for one person. 5.9 million tons of limestone to build a tomb for one person. They spent 30 years to finish this tomb. 10 years was just foundation and measuring the plateau, and 20 years to build the structure itself up. 20,000 workers engaged in this project to finish this project in front of us. The question now, how they built something like that? If there are no machines, no elevators, no even wheels, so how they built something like that? Let me shock you by telling you that we don't know. All of what you are going to hear from me, from other Egyptologists, is going to be theories between Egyptologists, because nothing were written in hieroglyphic about how they built this building in front of us. So it's all like theories between Egyptologists. So, but let me tell you one of the most famous theories about how they built this structure in front of us. If you Google some old pictures for this area, you will see how the Nile River used to touch the plateau from here. If you Google old pictures for this area. And maybe that's how they transfer the blocks by boats till this place. Then they use sledges, logs of food above the sledges, and they use animals or strong people to pull those sledges to that square plan. So this building built above a square plan. 4 sides, so it's not a triangle basement, it's a square basement. Start from the middle to outside to fill the first layer. What about the other layers? If this is the first layer, a bunch of sand above it like that. To go by the sledges to the second layer, also start from the middle to outside, then later they do it like ramps of sand. And we have enough sand as we are in Egypt already. So if it was built like this, as we are not sure like what we mentioned at the beginning, this amount of sand, it was like kilometers of sand to build, to be sure that you can reach to the top. Then after that, you remove the sand from top to down to put the decoration layer. Can you see the first layer, the white layer here? So this is the decoration layer for that pyramid. So they remove the sand from top to down to put the decoration layer, but unfortunately because the decoration layer it was built like this, and the other layers were built like above each other like this, that's why unfortunately it fall down, and the area that we sit and we stand above it right now, we can see how wide it is. That's the rest from the decoration layer. Our last question now, why only that building in front of us is one of the ancient 7 wonders all over the world, and the second one for King Khafre is not, although it's very similar in size? For several reasons, let's mention some of the reasons. First of all, this one is older. This one we mentioned that this one is his grandfather. This one is a little bit higher. This one is a little bit wider. This one is the rooms for it, when you go inside, you can even film that. The rooms for that structure, it's inside the building itself. It's not under the ground like the rest of our 114 pyramids in Egypt. Only that pyramid that we can see that the rooms is in the middle of the structure itself. That's why when you go inside, you will see an amazing, huge pointed ceiling to distribute the weight above the rooms, because if we did it with a flat ceiling, definitely it will collapse above the room, which is a unique design, only exists for that pyramid. It's the only pyramid with vents, small tubes to change the air inside the rooms, which is another unique option, and it's the highest building ever built in the world until they built Eiffel Tower in France. So this building in front of us, 2600 before Christianity, Eiffel Tower in France is 1800 after date. So for more than 40 centuries, all over the world, without one structure higher than this structure. For all of those reasons and several others, that's why now we're visiting the Great Pyramid, one of the ancient 7 wonders all over the world. And here you are visiting it. You're welcome.